Hi, today we're going to be exploring a few different methods for unwrapping. So the first thing we do when we're unwrapping is we're normally working with textures. With textures, they need to be in the right location. So if you're going to do something like unwrapping and texturing, we need to make sure we set the project. So let's first just set our project. If you aren't following this one exactly, then maybe check out the video about doing this. That's also on my channel. Let's call this one texture example. Okay, excellent. So here we are. So let's create a few different sort of polygons, and then from there, if you hold down shift, it actually creates the box for you. Let's go like that. Okay, so two of our basics. So we've got here the cube, got the barrel. Okay, so let's say this is the crate, that's the barrel. Now we want to unwrap this, so if we open up our UV texture editor right there, we can have a look at the UV for it. Now I really like having shading turned on because then I can see what's happening a bit easier on the eyes. So that's what that one looks like. If we have a look over here, that's what that one looks like. So let's start easy. So this one, we're just going to use a planar method because the planar is simple and lovely for these sort of flat objects like this. It'll just read them nicely. So first thing, go to face mode, I'll select a couple of opposing faces. So I've got them selected. Okay, I check out which axis these are on. I can see because down here where my mouse is, it says that that's the Z axis. I can also see that this one's blue, and so that's also the Z. So if I go up here to UV, make sure that you're in your modeling menu. UV, I can go planar, select the little box, select Z, project. Okay, has anything happened? Who knows? Let's go check the UV editor. And here you can see now it's taken out a couple of boxes, that and that, and it's left me with this purple one. So straight away I'll just move that off to the side. The reason it's purple is because one of these is red and one of these is blue, and that makes purple. So I need to separate them because I've just projected two. So to move them separately, I'm going to click on this one, which is your Move UV Shell tool. So to move stuff in the UV editor, you normally need to have this one on. I'm going to click and just move it. So there, I've got two. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select my other faces. So I've got my top and my bottom. I can see that that's the Y. So let's go UV, planar, UV, now I need to start again. UV, planar, Y, project. Here it is. I'm going to move it up to here. Okay, I'm going to click UV Shell tool and just move it like that. Alright, got my last one to do. And this one is X. Okay, I'll just do this one. I may as well just leave it there. Go like that. Okay, so now we're unwrapped. But for me to be able to take this into Photoshop to texture, it needs to all be in this initial square where we started. Simple way to do that, while keeping the scale correct, I'm going to just highlight them all, polygons, and layout. And it lays them out beautiful. You'll see they're not red anymore. So what it's done is it's actually reversed them like that, it's flipped them. Okay, so it's always important to know which piece is which, because I might want to put a label on the top one. So top, okay, then that's the side. And so what you can do is just maybe draw a map, or you could take a screenshot and just write on it, or just remember keep mayor open. So there's that one. Okay, so now the cylinder. So what I'm going to do is just select the top and bottom faces. Simple way to do that. Highlight the whole thing so it's all selected. Hold shift and deselect those middle bits. There we go, done. So now what I'm going to do is UV, planar, Y axis because it's up and down, project, and there we go. There's our little cylinders. I can select UV Shell tool and just move them. Alright, now I've got my rest to do. So let's have a look at this. If I was to planar this, I'm not really sure which direction because it sort of goes in all directions, the other two axes. So what I'll do is I'm going to go UV, cylindrical. I don't need to have a look at any of these because they're pretty simple. So I'm just going to go project, and there it is. It's flattened it out for me. Beautiful. So what I can do again, highlight everything, layout, and there it is for me. Beautiful. Now ready to take that into Photoshop.